This is Jay Teaches Reading for All, Lesson 85A, Decoding Longer Words Using Syllables. Well, what is decoding? Decoding in the phonetic system is sounding out a word, and especially a word that's new. Syllables, we'll find out about later. That's going to take a little longer to explain if you don't already know what syllables are. Okay, we are, as usual, going to review the last couple lessons, and we've been doing ED endings, and this ED lesson is on ED sounding like D. So students, read these words before I do. Filled, stilled, rubbed, stubbed, stirred, blurred, gained, stained, mind, cared, scared, blared, snared, grilled, thrilled, loaned. And if I can get this whole page on, which I think I can. This is blurred up here. Okay, and we got Pong down here. Teachers, I'd like you to have the students read those words to you and have them read the sentences to you as well. Press pause. Now, lesson 84. This is the ED sounding like I say id. You may say ed. Here are the words. Students, say these before I do. Added, padded, faded, braided, patted, chatted, parted, charted, fitted, knitted, netted, sweated, plotted, clotted, rooted, booted. By the way, rooted, I was talking about the roots of a plant for the definition, and you teachers may have already done this, but rooted could also mean that you're cheering for someone or something, like the fans rooted for their home team at the game. All right, again, I'm going to try to get everything on the page in the screen. I think I did that. Again, teachers, have the students read these words to you and these sentences. Press pause. Now, here we go. Lesson 85A. This is the most important lesson to learn after learning the sounds of the letters and letter combinations. Because when you're dealing with longer words that you don't know, you can sound them out using syllables. Well, what is a syllable? A syllable is part of a word that's pronounced or said by itself. So let's take this first word, locomotive. You can break this word into syllables. Every syllable has only one vowel sound. Usually that means there's only one vowel, but sometimes two vowels can form one vowel sound. Or you might have a silent E like we've got here, so it doesn't count. So you've got L-O, one vowel, C-O, one vowel, M-O, one vowel, and T-I-V-E, the I, is the active vowel in that syllable. And when you're trying to figure out how many syllables a word has, one way to do that is you can place the back of your hand under your chin. Not quite touching your chin, but almost. And if you say the word slowly enough, locomotive, you will notice that your chin touches your hand 4 times. That means 4 syllables. The reason it does that is because a syllable is part of a word said by itself. Okay, it has one syllable, or one vowel, I'm sorry. So, if it's said by itself, your jaw is going to move. And if your jaw moves again, that's another syllable. Now, locomotive, I'm going to go over the definitions of these words, is an engine on wheels which pulls a train. Example sentence, the powerful locomotive was pulling 80 railroad cars. So, that's locomotive. Okay, then the next one, we've got the word. We break it into syllables. One syllable has only one vowel, so there's our one vowel. There's our one vowel, the O, the I. I didn't dot my I. That's as bad as not crossing the T. There's the one vowel I. Here's the one vowel E. So, then we sound it out. We've broken it into syllables. We sound it out. Inconsistent. And I forgot to do that with this word. Locomotive. And if you put your hand underneath your chin, not quite touching it, you will touch your chin. You will touch the back of your hand with your chin 4 times. Locomotive. 4 times. Inconsistent. Okay, inconsistent means not steady, not dependable, changeable. The young man sometimes tried hard in his studies, and sometimes he didn't try at all. He was inconsistent. Okay, next word is this word right here. Now, as you get better at this, students, you will on your own be able to do this in your mind. You'll be able to break this word into syllables. We've got one vowel E, one vowel O, one vowel U, one vowel I. And then you try to say the word. You can put your back of your hand underneath your chin to check on the number of syllables. This is re, pro, do, sing. Now, it takes practice in reading and also in just learning vocabulary, because R-E might not be re. It might be re. And re. And this O might be ah or aw, but it's O. This U might be but it's oo. And then this I, it might be long I, except we know that ing is ing. So that one we pretty much know. So if you don't know how to use a dictionary or how to go to the internet and type in a word on a site that tells you how to say the word. On the internet, there are sites now where you can just type the word that you want to know how it's pronounced. You can type the word in and it'll give you the word. Trouble is, most people don't want to take the time and do that. So teachers, you're going to come in as helpers here in helping students sound out longer, new words that are longer words, so that they will make the correct guesses. And this will be reproducing. And reproducing means to make grow again, to make copies, to have offspring. A sentence, the copy machine was reproducing the picture at the rate of 5 copies per minute. Reproducing. It's got 4 syllables. Okay, here's our next word. So, as I said, when you get better at this, you'll look at this word and you'll be able to break it into syllables by the vowels. Here's one vowel in the first syllable, O, one vowel in the second syllable, U, and then a syllable that's just a vowel all by itself. That's all you need. Is in some cases, you just need one letter if it's a vowel. It can be a syllable. And then here's one syllable that's got the A, another one that's got the I as its vowel. So we've got communicating. And if you put your back of your hand just under your chin and say it slowly, communicating. So we've got locomotive, we've got inconsistent, reproducing, and communicating. And communicating means giving or receiving information. Example sentence, the teacher was communicating the new rules to the student. In other words, giving information to the students. In this case, new information. Okay, then here's the next word. If you break it into syllables, you've got the E as the vowel in this syllable, the O, the I all by itself, and then Y is the vowel. And we know it's going to sound like an E because, well, we don't know for sure, but usually it sounds like an E at the end of a longer word. So we're going to go with the E. And if you put your hand underneath your chin, responsibility, you've got responsibility as the word. And responsibility means a duty someone has. Like Bobby had the responsibility of cutting his parents' lawn once a week. Responsibility. The next word, okay, break it into syllables. We got one vowel O, one vowel E, one vowel A all by itself. And then we've got the ol ending, which does have a vowel with it, although it doesn't really sound like the E, but it counts in this case. So the ol ending counts as having that vowel sound. And this word, if you put the back of your hand just under your chin, tolerable. Tolerable. And tolerable means bearable. You can put up with it. The weather was hot, but not super hot. It was tolerable. Okay, the next word. Break it into syllables. We've got one vowel with the IN, one vowel E with the TER, one vowel O with LOCK, and then ING. We know that. That's ing. So this is putting your hand underneath your chin. Interlocking. Another one with 4 syllables. Interlocking. So we've got interlocking, tolerable, responsibility, communicating, reproducing, inconsistent, locomotive, and interlocking means connected strongly together. Example, the steel loops were interlocking. They formed what looked like a large chain. Okay, so these are the new words, and you'll notice that I didn't underline any. I'm going to leave it up to you teachers to pick out 2 or 3 of these to give on a spelling test. And for example, if you give the student the word reproducing, you can help them out in the spelling. You say, okay, spell re, now spell pro, now spell do, now spell sing. Notice that the C sounds like an S. We had a rule that when C comes before I or an E, it usually is pronounced like an S sound. So this is sing. Now students may make some good guesses for their spelling. And so once again, we are not looking for mastery in spelling here. We're just practicing decoding words, which is sounding them out and having the students think about the rules of phonetics. And so that's really the main purpose. We call it a spelling test, but it's really a sounding out test. So teachers, pick out 2 or 3 of these, give the students a spelling test, press pause. Okay, we are not going to have any more true or false. And the reason is because now, parents, tutors, teachers, I want you to allow the student to start doing independent reading. I'd like you to have them do that for at least 15 minutes a day. You can go shorter than that. You can go 10 to start out with. But what I'm hoping is they will enjoy it so much that they themselves will extend it. And also, I'd like you to get them a notebook where they can write down what they've read and 3 things that were in the reading. 3 things that they may have learned, or just 3 things that the reading was about. Maybe it's not something new to them, but at least you know that they have read that. And if you have time, teachers, you can just sit there with the student and let them read. Now, I think the best way is, if you got access to a computer, which I'm assuming you do, watching this YouTube, is to go to a search engine and type in some things that are nonfiction. I am really big on nonfiction. Nonfiction, students, means that it's factual. And the reason I'm big on that is because nonfiction has lasting value. Other things that are fiction, they may be entertaining, they may have some limited value, but not like nonfiction. And so I want the students to read the nonfiction. Now, on their own time, if they want to read other things, that's fine. That's, of course, up to them. But for the actual lesson time, the 10 minutes, the 15 minutes that you're starting with, I want them to pick out nonfiction. Students love nonfiction once they get into it. They love science. For example, life under the sea, life in the woods, life in the desert, life in the mountains, animals. They love reading about how to care for certain pets. They love reading about careers. You can just type in careers and ask them to pick out some that they might be interested in. Maybe they're interested in nursing or dentistry, hygiene. Maybe they're interested in computer programming or computer design, or they might be interested in cooking or in running a restaurant or in plumbing, electrical, building, home repair, sports. They might be interested in sports. They might be interested in famous people. They might be interested in geography. Lots of students love geography. Interested in history. Okay, these are topics that you can type in, and you have access to free reading. And of course, if you want an actual book and you don't want to spend the money ordering online or going to a bookstore because they get expensive, you can borrow from friends. You can go to the library if it's close by. You can go to a store like Ollie's. They get fairly inexpensive reading material. I don't know about Big Lots. I haven't been in Big Lots lately. That's a possibility. Secondhand bookstore, or even just a plain secondhand store. Sometimes they'll carry books. Again, look for nonfiction. It's just not a good idea for students to spend most of their reading time reading about monsters and fairy tales and stuff like that. It's just not that valuable. So that's where we are, and I'm now going to review with the students this sound out sheet. So students, what's the sound of PH? Phone. WH? Whale. SH? Ship. CH? Chair. TCH at the end of a word? Match. TH unvoiced? 3. TH voiced? The. NK? Nk. Bunk. NG? Whoops. NG? Ng. Ring. AI? A. Rain. AY? A. Pray. EE? E, B, EA, E, seal, Y at the end of a longer word, E, baby, Y at the end of a short word, I, cry, IGH, I, light, OA, O, boat, OW, O, bowl, OO, ooh, moon, EW, ooh, blue, OW, ow, cloud, what did I say here? This is OU. OU is ow, cloud, OW, ow, owl, OO, book. Most of the time it's moon, but sometimes book. EA. A, pear. Bread. Most of the time it's E and seal, but sometimes we've got it here. Now, bossy R. AR. R and star. OR. Or, corn. ER, hammer, IR, bird, UR, church, OI, oi, coins, OY, oi, boy, AU, auto, AW, aw, saw, A-L-L, all, ball. And I should put in here salt, should put in here salt because it reminds us that AL, especially when it's followed by a T, also says the all sound a lot of times, salt. LE at the end, oh, apple. Now, ED at the end. Now, this hand is here because these words can all be done by a hand. So, students, what are the 3 sounds that ED can make? I'll let you look this time. T as in tapped. D as in rubbed. Id as in patted. All right. So I'm going to be doing that. I'm going to be doing this review for 4 more lessons. And then teachers, if you want to continue it, which some of you have been doing it all along, that's fine. But some of you may have students, they've already got it, so they don't need it. All right. Now, our lesson next time, really, I don't even have to flip this because the lesson next time is going to be the same. It's going to be more longer words that students are decoding by breaking the words into syllables. So that'll be next time. Hope you've had fun because this is really, really the key to independent reading. This decoding longer words using syllables. And we'll have more of that in lesson 85B.